Hello, welcome ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny 2, the game that I have been playing non-stop for the past 2 days, maybe 3 days to be more precise. And I've been a fan of Destiny, to be honest. The concept of an MMO slash action RPG, you know, it's an open world with, you can see the players, it's an MMO-esque, and then you have the grindy aspect of Diablo and stuff. It was a really good thing to me. I really wanted to play the game. Of course, the first one came only in consoles. I do not own a console, so I could not partake in it. The second one, however, is on PC, and it looks great on PC. And I thought, well, I really would like to play it, and here I am, thanks to a cousin, playing the game. Now, I'm well aware of the controversy surrounding the game. I'm well aware of what the game has to offer, and just like money, I cannot approve of the colossal amount of money I need to put in order to get the game. Like, for people who can afford the game, sure, but for people like us who live in other countries that are not in the EU, or even in the some countries in the EU or in the US, it's kind of tough to have $90. And why I say $90, you ask me, well, the game is $60. But it's even less now, it's our promotion. So how come? It's not $60. You need 89 points, it's $90 in order to get the game and the expansion pass. Because without the expansion pass, the game is kind of obsolete. You play the campaign and you play some other activities and that's it. So you need the expansion pass in order to get access to Curse of the Osiris and whatever is coming next after the Curse of Osiris. So you see, already $90 for a country like mine is almost a month worth of salary. So in order to be able to play the game, I need to plan ahead to be able to buy the game. That means so many of us here that could be playing the game just cannot play the game because it's extremely expensive. And even if you get enough money to buy it, by the time you get the money to buy it, there's DLC coming, there's expansions coming and new content, so even if you buy the base game, it's obsolete and you're back to square one. So yeah, it always made me wonder, why do they do this thing, like the AAA companies? Because on the other hand, you have PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, for example, you have Overwatch, you have Counter-Strike, and the community here is filled with people who play this game. Where do I need to go? Oh, there, over there, okay. And they do not hesitate to buy it, and that creates more money for the companies. Isn't that great? Well, certainly for PlayerUnknown's, for early access, it's a bit too much to have $30, but still $30 is accessible. For Destiny though, or for Call of Duty, or these big titles, it's kind of impossible. It's been ages since I last thought about playing something like Call of Duty, because, or Battlefield or stuff, because it's too much money. It's impossible for us. So yeah, and of course I'm not the only one. Even though I'm in a third world country, even though I talk about these things and it's not tough for us, it's tough for you people who are living in the United States, or in the, I don't know, the United Kingdom, or all those things. It's even tough for you because it's too much money. So yeah, I'm thinking, why not advertise and lower the price of such games and have more, you know, open approach to our countries to mitigate the numbers. I don't know, I'm not an expert, but I think that if you create an access to these countries, the numbers, despite not being that big compared to, you know, the usual people that buy these games in the other countries, should help you sustain the game. If you create opportunities for us to buy the game and have regular prices, I'm certain that despite the numbers, you will still have a market here, which is overall good for you. Now that's something, a small thing for me to consider. You know, one of the many things that is happening about this game. But what I wanted to talk about is my experience. My own personal experience. Not someone else, not someone on the YouTube. And even though the people on the YouTube are talking and saying stuff that does happen, you know, it's real what the things that they are saying, and I agree with most of them. But I still want to experience the game and talk about it from my own experience and how do I feel about it and everything. So first things first, as I was playing through the campaign and leveling up and everything, one thing made me getting inspired and really attracting my attention is how the world is made. The map design is amazing. The world structure is amazing, to be honest, for me personally. Remember, like I said, this is my own personal thought. And I loved it. From the get-go, each time I get to a new planet, it's amazing. The atmosphere, the sound, the music, the atmospheric music and all those things. It really was amazing to me. And I cannot deny this. Despite what the game is, whatever anyone say about the game, this feeling that I get when I'm right into this forest right here is amazing. Not many games can do these things. And it just makes me sad for the people who create the game, to be honest. The map designers, the sound designers and everything. To have your game degraded and looked down upon just because someone was greedy in your company and wants to grab as much money out of the players as possible. Like, look at this. This is amazing. There's no denying that when you are here and you look at these giant structures and everything, it gives you a great sense and it immerse you into the game. So yeah, and the gameplay in general is great. It's solid. The gun handling, the gun models are a bit big, and the general design and the gameplay I love, to be honest. And again makes me a bit sad. Why do they make these things? I mean, if my cousin couldn't or didn't buy the game, it would be impossible for me, literally, to experience this amazing thing. All just to buy, just to have your game at a ridiculous price. I mean, the deluxe version and, I don't know, the season pass and everything, it's well more than $100. That's way too much, man. Oh crap, I'm talking so I die. That's way too much money. Extremely too much money. So why not have a more reasonable price and open it for others to be able to play it? Just a proposition, and I hope you guys can enlighten me in the chat about this. Like, what's your thoughts? What do you think? Let me kill these guys that are annoying me. Are extremely annoying me. I've just finished the game, by the way. The other than the map design and the sound and everything, the story is okay. It's not the best, but the one thing that I'm not a big fan of, I kinda hate, is the endgame boss. Really? That's it? That's all there is to it? You give us this towering figure, this menacing thing, this amazing voice, and then that's it? A puny pistol flies in the sky, you shoot him a couple of times and he's dead, he drops dead. God forbid you go there overpowered and you do other activities, and you go with exotic gear. He has absolutely no chance. I was thinking, since this is an MMO, then maybe, just maybe, we'll have to play him together. Like, I need to be with other people and we will have to defeat the boss like you will be having phases, and that's how we will have to defeat the boss. No, 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 no. Just sink an enormous amount of ammo into him and he's dead. That's it. There's no gimmick, nothing. There's like two beams of light that you step on, and that's it. He goes from invulnerable to dead. And that's it. You finished the story, and now you unlocked the endgame content. That left me with a bitter taste. And there are many characters in the game, and some of them I'm really a big fan of. Just like many of you people, Cayde, it was one of my favorites. I wish there was more about him in the story. But there isn't really. Again, let me urge you that I have not played Destiny 1, so maybe he's in Destiny 1. I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't look too much into Destiny 1. I always thought that maybe they're gonna port it into the PC and I'll be able to play it. But that was not the case. They just made Destiny 2. I was right.
Okay, munition systems unlocked.
But yeah, and other than the story, the map design and everything, there is the problem with the end game. Everyone is talking about it, and I can see a little, but I am holding off. I want to experience it for myself. I want to see, I want to go do the raid and everything, and then I will have a final judgment. So yeah, I really love this. Like, each time I switch to some frame, there's something happening in the background other than the scenery. There's like a ship flying and you feel like the world is alive. And I feel like people or game designers should be inspired by this. Despite the constant things that are happening, the constant problems that happened in the game. So yeah, well, this was a really small rant. Like, I wanted to share my current experience with Destiny 2, my initial thoughts. I will have probably, I cannot guarantee or promise because I will need to play more of Destiny 2, and I wish I will be able to make a more in-depth and more structured video, because this is just basically a freestyle. I just decided, okay, let's roll on, start taping, and just talk about the game, whatever comes into my mind. And that's it. My honest thoughts right now is Destiny is an amazing, amazing experience, and I'm lucky that I had it. Despite the fact that the game is not mine, I'm lucky that I experienced it. As for the late game, and this is coming from someone who played a ton of Diablo, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Is it gonna be grindy like Diablo? Is it gonna be MMO? More MMO? Like World of Warcraft? What's the problem exactly? Again, I've seen the videos. I've heard the people talk. But again, I need to formulate my own opinion, both from the perspective of an inexperienced player, a casual, so to say, and the point of someone who's been into the industry, who've played the other grindy games and MMO games, so both worlds. I am part of both worlds, and we'll see. We will see what's the deal. What am I going with this? Oh yes, I need to put it there, okay. That was cool. I guess one of them has the ability to turn back time, whatever. But yeah. For now, this has been Yagami, ladies and gentlemen, playing Destiny 2. I will see you next time, and have a good day.